Flo Garci, Justice Corona, Yolanda, Janet Napoles. Do these names still ring a bell with you? How about SAF 44 or Marawi Siege? These are the names which a Filipino can relate to stories about corruption, electoral fraud, world's deadliest natural disasters, or even stories about good governance or bad leadership. Do you think the stories demonstrate Filipino resiliency? Or are we supposed to learn from them? Welcome to this special episode of In Case You Miss It of Daily Tribune. I am Michelle Gilliam, and I will give you a flashback of what has transpired in the Philippines over the past decade. A decade throwback. Stories that rocked the nation the past 10 years. Two major political events rocked not only the nation, but the world as well in 2011. It was under the administration of then-President Noynoy Aquino when former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo was arrested for electoral sabotage. This is in connection with the alleged cheating in the Maguindanao polls in 2007. It was also the same year when 188 congressmen signed the impeachment complaint against the late former Chief Justice Renato Corona. The Senate immediately convened as an impeachment court. 2012. Voting 20 against 3, the impeachment court convicted Corona and removed him from office. That was on May 29, 2012. He was the first ever Philippine Chief Justice who was ousted from his post. 2013. Yolanda, the deadliest typhoon to ever hit the country in years. This caused catastrophic destruction in the Visayas region, particularly Samar and Leyte, killing about 6,300 people on November 18, 2013. About 11 million people had been affected by the typhoon, and many of them up to this time are still reeling from the effects of the deadly disaster. It was the same year when members of the Moro National Liberation Front attacked Zamboanga City, led by no less than its chair, Dor Miswari. It was a tactical move to protest the decision of the Aquino administration to negotiate and strike a deal with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, or MILF. The crisis lasted for weeks that claimed the lives of 183 people. 2014. It was never a joke when on April Fool's Day of 2014, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee recommended the filing of plunder and graft charges against then-Senators Juan Ponce Enrile, Jinggoy Estrada, and Ramon Revilla, together with Janet Lim Napoles, over their alleged involvement in the pork barrel scam. The Office of the Ombudsman later filed the plunder and graft charges against them. 2015. In January 2015, the Mama Sapano massacre happened. The nation wept when 44 members of the Philippine National Special Action Force, or PNP-SAF, were killed during a clash with the militant groups Moro Islamic Liberation Front and Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters. The Mama Sapano clash took place as to arrest Malaysian terrorist bomb maker Marwan and his Filipino associate Abdul Basit Usman. This led to the death of the 44 SAF commandos. To honor them, the hashtag Fallen44 became a worldwide trend on social media sites. 2016. From the City Hall of Davao City to Malacanang, Rodrigo Duterte became the Philippines' 16th president after winning the May 9 presidential elections by a landslide against 4 other prominent candidates. Then Camarines Sur Representative Leni Robredo, the widow of Interior Secretary Jessie Robredo, won the tight vice presidential race. Yet until today, she remains the subject of an electoral protest filed by her political rival, Bongbong Marcos. 2017. It was on May 23, 2017, when the Marawi siege erupted. It took the government forces 5 months to quell the attack, staged by terrorist groups Maute and Abu Sayyaf. This left the anti-Islamic city of Marawi destroyed. The Battle of Marawi was believed to be triggered after the army tried to arrest Esnilon Hapilon, who used to be a leader of the Abu Sayyaf group. President Duterte declared the city free on October 17, the day after the government forces were able to execute both Hapilon and Maute. 2018. Then Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno was removed from office without undergoing the impeachment proceedings. Voting 8 against 6, the Supreme Court granted the quo warranto petition by the Solicitor General against Sereno. This paved the way for her ouster. It all stemmed from her non-filing of the mandatory statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth years before she was appointed to the highest court. 2019. The proud Philippines hosted the 30th Southeast Asian Games and became the overall champion for the first time in 14 years, even breaking its own medal count record in 2005. Despite its success, the hosting did not escape several controversies. It was also a sad year for the media industry when Rappler CEO and journalist Maria Ressa was arrested for allegedly violating the anti-dummy law, which forbids foreigners from managing or operating the Filipino media company. She was released the same day after posting bail. 2020. The World Health Organization declared in March that the global coronavirus crisis has turned into a pandemic. President Duterte signed Proclamation number 922, declaring a public health emergency over the increasing number of COVID-19 cases in the country, which later led to community lockdowns. As 2020 is about to close, hopes are high that the pandemic will soon be over, as vaccines have been discovered and are now being administered to thousands. The Philippine government vowed that sooner than soon, Filipinos will get vaccinated. The Philippines during the past 10 years braved many deadly typhoons and having erring public officials. We even witnessed numerous casualties due to improper use of authority. But do you think these are enough reasons for the Filipinos to be called resilient? Or are we just failing to realize that we are supposed to aspire for something better? May the history serve as a wake-up call for all of us. Again, I am Michelle Gilyang for Daily Tribunes, in case you miss it. Keep it here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and YouTube channel Tribune Now for more exciting stories and videos. Thank you for joining me today.